collapsed. I'm sorry that our education system has failed us. I'm sorry that our children are jobless, yet they become homeless. My country, Ghana, I'm sorry for the poor governance. I'm sorry for the pollution of our water bodies, for shredding our ancestral land. On behalf of my ancestors and the past leaders of Africa, I apologize. Truly, what you left could not be harnessed to our best potential. To you and the descendants of our struggling race, I am deeply sorry, and I apologize. The decisions made by our leaders, both past and present, have contributed to the catastrophe we now face. If only I could turn the clock around, I would start from the beginning. But since time has carried us into the speed of life, where going back is impossible, we either move forward together or stand separated. That's why I stand before you today to apologize for the people of Ghana, the people of Africa, and the diaspora. We must gather our strength and rise again. If time is all I have, then I surrender my life for time to be used valuably. For many years we have fed and built us. How is that we have the resources to export to continue to import products we make ourselves?
KingsBlog TV na ebusia beto social media no so ema asem kese pa ewo Ghana ha na amanfo dodo na etwim se na Kwame Bediako wakopie mu ewo America Parliament a chese ho no nkomotwetwe bi a ekoso ewo ho no edibetu dwa ebeto abonten na busia wo social media no so de amanfo dodo na atena ho buso mo se adan no Ghana ye man mu ha se youth no etrusu na Kwame Bediako na de mpo ene ehu woni mu a chese yeni edi nachi eni sanesa na mrofo no so atena se ehu se yate se abrantie bi amanemu so ewo Africa so enye kuro bi ase Ghana chese oyeni bibia te se Kwame Nkrumah ane obi a okonkoden eji independence ma Ghana fo no sa pepepe anase se suban ni bi na order na dinti yanto yensam frɛ no emma ni mbepie mu ha no mfa ensam bi embetu dwane mposi ewo mmoa anase bibi kakra ye be ya ama na ye de yedo atanachi na busia ode ose eyo ya wokopie mu ewo ho pepepe na busia ensam a wode tu dwane de na chesa branche no nani abripe yi apase oboa oman Ghana na mpo no okire nsem a enya Ghana nko Africa nyina ni nyina ne se ensem a omubusa ni bi ni se na branche te se wo a chese wo de wasiso anka wo bibi wo odwetire papa bi mpo ase bi nka ho nkyere wo de adan nti na wani abra pese wo kodi eyo oman Ghana so ne di a opese odi so no so no ebusu enya ne boni mu a adwempa ewo ni tirim na o kyere mu se yasha oman Ghana te se Africa obi anana se yehuni te se oman kuma kakra bi nso asa oman no eyo oman kese pa niema wom ejapade wom niema wom a chese ye mpanifo na omudi yanim no omatsena ni nyina so nanso ono de o policies bebre owo niema bebre a wonde egu akwem opese oboa eye Ghana empo no ono okasa enye Ghana nkwa Africa nyina visa Africa nyina no watsena ho no odwen leaders papa ye nintini na debia ye bra ye wo ohuam no nanso wono obe make sure say productivity ebekoso na koso no nso onyi eye abrochire anase oman a etwa eye Africans ho ehia endi anase Tebi onyi omoma oni omu nyina betwetwe nkomo enya nkitahudie ehudie ekoso ene ade echi no oni we twe nkomo ade echi oni we didi nkomo a wo hu se ye my Ghana nkrofo ye de omubo omo na se eni omu didwa ye ni omu enwuma na se eni omu ye bibisa ekwa ebeboa amoman no etumpondi sa de a ontena ne to so sa adwumadie no pepepe ene obeye nti wono de ogidi yie pa se ya my Ghana no betimi edi so na kokuduro ene nani adi nti no obetimi na busia eno nso enkoda nchen a wo so wo hwe a Ghana manim no your industries your niema bebre ye hwe ye number ye hwe ye nuane a ye di a ye betimi atena se ama ye nkasa ya ye de enso ye toda ye importing so eba o manim a abusia na chese tax ne niema a ededa so na ye ana eno nso no anu odin yie pa enam se emfri ye manim nempo raw materials ne nyina dodo na efri ye manim se bedru na omo de ye niema wi ana chese ka me akoye se omo pese omo de buye omo pese omo twahye ye ni nyina efri leaders a papa ye ni leaders a chese omo ye pese minkumunyo omo ye very greedy obi besimi atena se akoto aba ama obi se ne be ye obetena akonya no so a ne ho beto no so echire no na chese abusia aye nsem pie no so koka na ada ne eye boachi bi edi nto no de wa sole wa ma ne muso no ne wani age ama wo hu se na chese ne dwumadie ye a wodi kra no enye ko amanfo rodo na ehunu no mote ne nka nti na wo so mia na ni ekokode mpa adofo ye tie nsem a okopie mu wo ho no odi tu dwane bi emra.
Our goal holds together the major currencies of this world. Our diamonds are symbols of love exchanged across continents. We must remain shackled by the colonial barricades impeding our growth. Shall we? No. We have struggled to rebuild our society since we were separated. But when I look at my skin, I believe that whatever was putting us apart. We may be nationalized by different dialects, names, and countries, but we're united by the same principles that governs our way of living. Time has come. The time is now that we took responsibility for the mess we find ourselves in. We must also replicate the success stories of Asia, Middle East. We must replicate that. We must break free from the cycle of dependency and exploitation. We must industrialize, refine our resources, and create wealth that stays on our continent. We must remove the colonial barricades that have hindered our growth, reclaim the control. Just sign contracts, but to create them for others to sign. Not just to sell what belongs to us, but to refine it so we can distribute it to those who need it. Claim it for nothing, but we must reclaim and elevate it to a rightful use. Our minerals should support the development of this world. Flowing from us to the global community, we must refrain from begging and instead focus on giving. Offering what is fair and working to develop humanity beyond our expectations. We should strive to leave this world better than we found it, respecting nature and adding value in the process. Let us ensure domestic tranquility, a common defense, a general welfare, a strong continental agenda. This will form the foundation upon which our future will be built. From today on, let our market, our industrial vision, our production, and our manufactured goods meet global standards. Let us self-industrialize our mineral and human resources, transforming them continental wealth to create immediate economics to regain our power, which led us to peace, freedom, and justice. This moment, I ask the universe to ignite its forces to grant us freedom, prosperity, long-lasting justice, protection, and understanding. This is not a journey for us to walk, but it is a journey for us to build. A new world for those who are yet to be born, and the young ones who are yet to live their life the way it is to be. This is a preparation for our descendants, not to go through the pain. That's why I chose a place like England during Black History Month to share these words of wisdom and empathy, not only with Ghanaians, but with the origin I share and the race I belong to. African Black people worldwide. With all that has happened in the past, a history of enslavement, destruction of our ignorance, I believe that it was a phase we had to go through to understand yesterday's problems are bound to become tomorrow's opportunities. This reason why the weakness of our past should become the strength of our future. If we cannot develop our countries, then how can we develop our people? This is my petition to the world. This is a petition. It's a call for the world to acknowledge what we Africans have contributed. Many countries have benefited from the resources of our nations and should have contributed to our development. Templates should have been shared. The respect for us as human beings is inadequate. The recognition of our dignity is undermined. We expected that they would have played a role in the growth of our economy as much as they have been extraction of their needs from the same economy. But in return, what have they received? Except rules, regulations, and constitutions that dictate how we should live. Many of these have undermined our potential and limited our true abilities. As a result, we have not been able to fully express our purpose for being here. This is a petition to the world and to the countries that have been benefiting from the lands of our forefathers, the lands where our ancestors were uprooted, scattered across the sea, their races lost to history. Yet nothing was returned to us but defeat. Some parts of it have tried, while others have endured centuries of hardship. Now the time has come for balance, an equal and fair way of living, built on strong international relationships. My petition calls for an end to foreign influence in our political narrative, but also requires an international commercial relationship. Just like any other global economy, the likes of Asia and the West, we expect the same with Africa. Why become importers when we can become exporters? Why do we import finished products that we once owned as raw materials? Why do we only have to sign contracts before we can make a living? Why are we not giving opportunities to people so they can also be signed? Why are we not signing the world, but the world is signing us? Instead of asking why, I think the time is now for the world to marvel at the work Africa can do and say, wow, wow, wow. It's time that we turn the story around ourselves. Let's not make the why distract us and stop us from what we truly have to do. I have come so that nations should build upon the wisdom bestowed upon me. Countries will develop, continents will be reformed, and we will be redeemed. After all, the world we call new has always existed in you. I'm here to represent Africa's greatest hope. I have been chosen not to be the best, but to be unique, ordained with tenacity, the zeal and power to build a new Africa and impact society that will historically change this world. These changes will come as a result of the 7 pillars for economic freedom, which I'm going to outline, and that's the embodiment of my speech. These pillars will serve as the foundation for a new era of prosperity, self-reliance, empowerment across our great continent. Through them, we will unlock the potential of every African nation and build a future where economic independence and social justice will go hand in hand, allowing Africans to rise and thrive. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, people of the change, join me while I introduce to you these pillars that will lead us to our economic freedom. And I'd like to start with pillar 1, industrialization. We industrializing our mineral resources. Not selling, but industrializing. That's what it was given to us for. Not for other people to come and take it from us. So we know what to do with it and resell it back to you as your daily needs. The time has come that we take that responsibility ourselves. That's why it's on our land. That's why it belongs to us. The universe did not give it to you so you can give it to someone else. The universe gave it to you so you can industrialize that and teach your children how to industrialize what belongs to you. In Africa today, we have to import everything that our minerals have created. Our cotton is turned to textiles, and we have to buy them in shirts because we can't create them. Ghana is the second biggest producer of cocoa, yet cannot produce any cocoa-related product that dominates the global market. The same can be said about other agro-resources that we have. We're importing food when all we need is a processing plant to our own and even export more to the world. For us to taste our own products, we have to import them and pay taxes on them because we don't have industrial power. Westerners, Asians, and everyone else extracting our minerals definitely know that industrial platforms built in Africa will take us out of struggle and the pain we face. Yet, we're not being advised to do so. I think it's time we advise ourselves what to do. Asians and everyone else is still traveling onto the space to look and search for these opportunities and treasure. I have come in replicating a blueprint that has sustained life and created a middle income life for other countries. We Africans must not be shy of a vision which has been done before, but will transform our lives around and repeat itself. Industrialization will give us the power to become exporters instead of importers. This will rebuild the balance of the economy and sustainably create an efficient lifestyle of living and a middle-class life and bring an economic balance in terms of living and success. Pillar 2, Africa is a continent of immense potential, yet we remain fragmented by lack of infrastructure that binds us together. This is where they are needed. But we cannot stop at railways alone. We must also harness the vast waterways that surround the crisscross continent. Our rivers and lakes hold the key to affordable, efficient transportation. We must dredge our water bodies and invest in water transportation systems that will enable the movement of goods, connecting inland bridges to coastal ports in support of industrialization. This is the logistical way to supply mineral resources and goods within Africa and to the world. Furthermore, having high-speed railway that connects the regions of Africa will enable faster distribution of manufactured goods and eradicate the borders by roads that have been created in our colonial memories. We are creating new logistics to change our power in transporting, distribution, and interlinking. With the robust infrastructure that encompasses railways and water transportation, we will create an interconnected web of trade that lifts every African nation. The economic empowerment of one nation will be the empowerment of all as we trade, share, and grow together. The future of Africa is interconnected, and together we will pave the way for prosperous tomorrow. The time for action is now. Let us unite in this bold vision of water, transportation, railway connectivity, and watch as Africa rises to its true potential. Pillar 3. And probably this is one of my favorite pillars. Currency. The human resource is by far the strongest currency. In case you're not aware of that, I would like to dramatically express myself for you to understand that you are the value. There's no value in any paper currency without you. You make it go down. So when your currency is going down, it means you're losing value in your society is going down. When your currency is going down, it means the world has value for your people and for your country. And this is one thing that Africa lacks the most. Our currencies are probably more as many as our dialects or the languages that we speak. And it takes a few to understand that value. Pillar 3 is aiming purposefully going ahead to build one currency for the continent. And this currency, since independence, African nations have been shackled by the weight of foreign currencies and manipulated by economic systems that keep us dependent. How can we stand tall when the very foundation of our wealth lies in the hands of others? Our economies are forced to bend and break under the pressure of external influences, and our people are left vulnerable to rise and fall of currencies we do not control. The future we build will have one single African currency, backed by the immense wealth of gold beneath our feet. This currency will empower our people to take control of their own economic future. Imagine an Africa where a farmer in Nigeria and a trader in Kenya and a manufacturer in South Africa all operate under one currency, flowing freely across the continent and creating prosperity and stability for all, just backed by the same gold we sell every day to the foreign world. No more crippling inflation, no more crashing debts driven by foreign exchange rates, a single African currency will unite us in economic purpose, shield us from exploitation, and give us the power to dictate our financial destiny. If you allow me, I'd like to take you to forward. But please, do not forget that the currency is you. Until you decide to strengthen your currency, you don't have value for it. The human resource is by far the most strongest, most powerful resource on this planet Earth. And everything will rotate around us. Therefore, this is a decision that I had to take the decision in front of advisory board who probably did not see the value or the future of doing such thing. Because people thought that citizenship in Africa was of no value except it came from the West or other parts of the world. But I saw it different. I thought that if there is a land in Africa that everyone in this world is running to search for treasure, that should be the biggest citizenship in the world. See, what you see as a problem, I see it as opportunity. Only you give me the chance to be a part of the people that are leading the people, then I'll definitely turn your problems. Africa must be a dream land. It should cost people who want to be a part of us. And every African should have pride to be an African as a citizen. And on this note, I am launching the continental citizenship in the Parliament of England. It's part of the speech of the launch that we're launching our continental citizenship, which is the first option for me to raise $50 billion for my country. If you go through the pillars, 12 pillars to our economic freedom as Ghana's government. We're not divided by culture, not by history, but by borders drawn without our consent. These borders, designed to keep us weak and separate, have denied us our true identity as Africans. It is time to tear down these barriers and declare a new era of unity and belonging. A continental citizenship under the banner of the United States of Africa. No longer shall an African be a stranger in their own continent. Whether you're from the highlands of Ethiopia or the shores of Senegal, from the heart of Congo or the deserts of Namibia, you are African first and foremost. But we only have borders, and we only drive cars through the borders. And every time we try to cross another border, somebody's charging us just to cross the border. So how are we ever going to be that? And how come? Sorry, it's quite a lot of talk in here, but there's no watch in here, so somebody can get some watches around and help. But how come that we belong to a continent, and every time we're going through a country, even if we have something to trade with that country, we're not allowed. Yet, you can import other things from outside. But anything from inside is not valued and is not allowed. That border will remove. The aim is to make Africa become a borderless continent. Through investment, through commitment, and through unification. There were past leaders who thought they could unite Africa through politics. Some try through religion. They try with education. It doesn't work. The value that you and I have today is truly what we can change. What we can trade amongst ourselves for the nation. And that's why, once we have a single currency, we have already taken 3 steps ahead to unify.
Wene nsema ebusia oditu dwa na chese wo kasa no ebusia nye sa agoro bi na wodi abrante ne nani abrankasa wo kirem ade ekoso e wo maiga na mu hase no enye asemkuma nani abre na busia mpanifo bu o mbe bi se eni bere enso janka krachi nani asoja e dere wa na chese ensem bia obeka e wo ho bia wo de woni ti form de wasonso eto form ma unhu se eye no kuretro do e na oka enye ntro anaso obi e na nukutu pebi se ombra embeka nempo ahyase na oban na amanfo mpo nim se bia sebi one NDC fo amanyoko no na aye baako nenso da bi ekire ekoye nim ne debia no asemfoforo eba debia no wode nsemfoforo ebegu akwam na we ne de amanfo ani nada se abrantie betimi anya kokuduro se yakopie mu ewo ho yempedufo no dodo na kopie mu ho gabusuya se wanda na chese oto nko ene won space ba bia da se etim wo hwene so ani enso asempapa bi ani ho a omutimi edikogu akwam nso abrantie akokuduro wotimi nya yekogina mpanifo panidomo enye sa aguro omugu ho bebrebe nso wato ne bo ase ne brofo wo yi to ho maako we de yantwura ngu pipa so ene de ma no no ankasa adwemu ena chese odi gina ho a odi tudwa nsem de odi begu akwam yensem no meso so be like a share a subscribe de agent na kame ho e wo your comment section ho edi no e ma me ya every aha ya KingsBlog TV makara.